Hey there, everybody. Sloppy here. Happy Thursday. It's not Thursday when I'm recording this. That's why I'm trying to remember. Yeah, this is for Thursday, I think. Anyway, welcome back to our wonderful Creativerse world, where we have been building a bit. Yeah, we built the entrance to the coal generator. We've been working on our base, which is not looking too great just yet. One side of it looks okay. But we are not going to be working on that today, because today I have grand ideas that have nothing to do with our base, and it's something I probably should have been working on for a while now, but here we are, you know? Here we are. Anyway, welcome back. I am excited. Today we are going to be working on this 15% done building. This is our spawn building for the time being. It will be our spawn building. It'll be sort of the big building at spawn. And yeah, walk out. You've got Spawn Town. And I want this to be a little bit large building that looks nice and a little bit, how you say, useful. So that's going to be sort of our mission today. A little bit of a caveat. I am building this guy using creative mode. So I'm not collecting any of these blocks. This will be probably the only build, maybe, in this world that I do in... not called creative mode, right? It's called creator mode. Creator mode. Yeah, I want to get this building done. It's very large, and it would take me a very long time to collect all this limestone. So, you know, I'm not keeping any of the materials or anything, but I am going to build this in creative mode. So, yeah, here we go. Let's get started. So let's talk a little bit about what I want to get done in this place, hopefully today, we'll see. So, yeah, on one side, I do want teleporters to all the biomes. It's really handy to have teleporters to biomes. I've had to deal with that a little bit in the past few episodes. You know, when you want to go to a jungle or a swamp, it's kind of annoying to fly all over the area. So having TPs to the biomes themselves. Also, sort of setting those biomes up as people are going to mine here for resources. You know, it really sucks if you're building in a canyon and then all of a sudden somebody comes and decimates part of the canyon. You know, it really sucks. So I'd like to set up some biome teleporters and kind of designate those specific biomes as, you know, mining biomes. It'll make it really easy if we have a spot that those are set up. The new spawn start. So this is something that's come up inside of this spawn. So right now when you come into the world, you spawn just down there. And there's been sort of an incident, which I did not think about when I started this, where people come out and they don't have any resources and they just start grabbing trees and stuff that are in the area. The downside with that is that, you know, of course, people are plucking wood and stuff from people's builds. You know, sometimes people build trees near their houses or decorate. And we're going to try and sort of limit that. So I'm going to set up a new area for people to spawn into the server. That'll have, you know, a room with the rules. And yeah, it'll walk out to an area where you can go and collect resources. And then you can always come to Spawn Town after. I think that'll be a lot better. So we're going to set that up. I want to clarify the rules, probably put them into ArcSign so I can add a little bit more context. Have some of the rules just down here. This is the old starter spot. As you can see, I did them on signs, and yeah, I think I'd like to expand them a little bit and just sort of, yeah, have them written out a little bit better, and yeah, I'll have a little bit more room wherever we set up spawn. I want an area for beds, so just a room with some beds, some processors. It's probably not needed, but it would be handy. I feel like just having beds around sometimes is really handy. So, yep. and then community teleporters. So the idea is sort of one of these hallways will go off and be biomes, and the other one will be for teleporters to specifically community builds and community areas. We're going to do another place somewhere like we had last server with the, whatchamacallem, like teleporters to everyone's houses and stuff. So we have, I really like having sort of that teleporter hub. So we're going to do that, but in this place specifically, we're not going to have that. This is just going to be community builds area, biomes, and then a few other things. So, yeah, let's start placing some blocks. I will use any excuse to go back to our old world, which feels so strange now, but this is our teleporter hub. One of the first things I built in this world. This would have been absolutely years ago, which is bananas. I'm now realizing it would be really nice to have, well, I don't know, because I kind of like the idea of community resources and farms and stuff, like having, I don't know, there's so many mines, but this is more or less what I'm talking about. I do want to get a teleporter for each biome, and then teleporter area for all of the community builds that hopefully we will get up to, and then the player ones we'll put in a separate building. I have kind of a neat idea, I think, for player teleporters. That'll be way in the future, but yeah. For now, let's work on this. So we need to get all of these biomes. I need to count up these biomes. Okie dokie. So, as I'm flying through the air, we've got another wing on this building. And, yeah, I wanted to push it back a little bit. I don't think I went back far enough, but I don't hate the way it looks. And I think this side we're not going to do symmetrically. A lot of this will come down to the roof. We're going to have a very, very, very large slanting roof, as I'm sure you could probably imagine. We've got 18 teleporters in here. We did kind of a weird thing where we're going to sort of space them like this. So for these ones, you're just going to walk into the floor. I just kind of wanted them to do, I wanted to do something a little bit sort of different with them instead of just sort of laying them out like normal. And I thought this would work. It kind of, 18 teleporters in a room, it's very plain, so I just sort of thought this might be kind of a cool way to do it, and we're going to sort of, we're going to put a block for what they are. So we're going to use sort of a visual indicator. I might do arc signs as well. We'll see. I think for the most part, most of the biomes are pretty easy to tell with like a block. Like Wildwood is a jungle, and et cetera. So I'm not too worried about it. And we do have expansion potential. If we do end up getting more biomes or wanting to do anything, there's room for a few more teleporters in here. Yeah, so that's the plan. I guess I can also always name the teleporters, right? A wiring tool. But I'm pretty sure I can name the teleporters if I want to make it a little bit easier as well. So, with that said, it's time just to get all the teleporters in here, finish up this back wall, and yeah. I'm probably not going to get around to actually finding all the biomes today. I'll probably maybe try and do that in a live stream, although I always say that, and then I never end up doing that. Logistics of it confuse me, but maybe. Alrighty-dighty, we've got teleporters. Yay! And then these ones you just walk into. So we've got our 4 underground biomes, grasslands, woodlands, the other kind of woodlands, jungle, swamp, canyon, savanna, desert, mountaintop, tundra, taiga, frozen ocean, shore, ocean. Wow. I don't even have that on the open. I don't have the other screen on it. I think I just nailed those from memory. That is fantastic. Although technically shoreland isn't a real biome. Also, I hate using the coral, but here we are. And yeah, this room isn't very big. You can see it's quite small. So yeah, that's fine. This is all it's going to be. And then we're going to put a roof kind of coming down, and that's it. That's all this room needs to be, and I think that works fine. And then I think this wall, I think 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Ooh, we end up with do something like this and just kind of close it off. And then if we ever want to expand, we've got plenty of room to do that. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna get a roof on this side. I'm torn. Yeah, I think we'll have a central roof, and then we can just do sort of a different roof here. I'm kind of torn on actually building it because I don't want to have to tear it down at a later point. And even though all the blocks are free, it does just kind of take a long time to place them and whatever. Oh, okay. Yeah. So, let's just get on with it. Get a roof on here. Also, the reason this is this one, all the other ice variants were melting. So it was between this, and I thought it might be kind of fun to use that. Okay, so roof time. So we've got a roof. I also worked on the transition area. So yeah, we've got somewhat more of a finished room. It's a little dense, I guess. You know, the room also doesn't have anything in it yet, so I think that doesn't help. Once there's a roof on it, we're gonna add some furniture and stuff. I think it might be a little bit nicer. But yeah, biome teleporters, very, very simple roof. But you know what? I think it's a very nice room. It feels very government building-esque, which is kind of what I'm going for. So yeah, we got great views out the windows. It's just kind of, yeah, it's functional, and that's really cool. We'll get all these teleporters set up. Right now, the only one that's set up is desert for some reason. But yeah, that's cool. And then, yeah, what this doorway actually ends up being, we'll see. It'll depend on the room a little bit. But I did have something I wanted to discuss with you guys. So let's discuss it. There's been some talk on the server about the cost of blueprints. So right now, the way we're doing blueprints is with these jetpacks. And the reason we were using these jetpacks is because they're an item that is not farmable. So the idea was we could do, you know, you can make quests now. The idea is we were going to have quests where people could earn some kind of currency, and then we can set up currency for trade and whatnot and have something on the server that functions as, you know, currency. I.e., we'll just keep using that word because it's what I'm talking about. The jetpacks, I guess, are working fine for now, but I wanted to ask you guys what you think we should sort of use as the currency of the server. I'm kind of okay with it being farmable. I hope it's something that is sort of difficult to get, where it's easier to trade and do the quests and stuff as it is. Like, I think it'd be more fun if it was something that is more annoying or difficult to farm, as opposed to just like, you know, going out and is this making sense? I'm not totally sure if this is making sense, but I just try to ask you guys what you think our currency on the server should be, and then we can start playing around with that. You know, we can do build competitions for 1,000 coins. We can do I'm using coins, not the actual coins that are in the game, but as like a reference point. You know, we can start doing some really cool stuff, you know, if currency is valuable. And, you know, I have kind of a neat idea for a trade hall of sorts, a trading hall of sorts, because I would like something that sort of drives community activity. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think. There's so many blocks in this game, we can use literally any of them. So something that is a little bit difficult to get, I think would be best. That way it's not just like, you know, go scour for X as much as it is doing other stuff. And yeah. And then I guess for blueprints, I don't know. I don't know if using the currency would be the best way to do blueprints. I personally don't really use blueprints. But yeah, I'd just love to get your guys' feedback. It's something we've kind of talked about in the mod chat with people who are wonderful moderators of the server. I would just kind of like to get your guys' feedback on what you think we should use. So yeah, sort of a boring admin thing, but I think once we get it set, it can be a lot of fun because we can do really neat things. So yeah, let me know what you guys think on that, and I am going to keep constructing. So, you know what? We can... I don't know how to... What's the best way to do this? That look like a check mark? No. How do people do check marks? So... Nope, that's not even sort of a check mark. Whatever. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is maybe actually move the beds down to... oh, I do. I don't know what I just did. I don't know how any of this works, to be honest. Use the default bed because that's fun. I'm going to put the beds down here and move our spawn starting area. And I think that'll... Well... No. Do I want to put the bed somewhere else? Where do I want beds? In question. Let's try out the teleporter. Bing! Oh, that's so cool. The train one. Oh, I actually like... I've been going back and forth through teleporters and stuff, and the new loading screens are so good. I love when they get changed up a little bit. You get to see all these cool builds. Man, people are awesome. Anyway, well, people in Creativerse are awesome. Yeah, so I lifted the teleporter up. Teleporter code at spawn is a single grass in the middle. If anyone wants to connect a teleporter at their base or anything to spawn, that's the one. I think I'm gonna go one higher. We'll see. And then eventually we're gonna get a touchstone for spawn down right in the middle here. And yeah, I ended up putting just the beds in these little sneaky corridor spots, which I think is pretty cool. Yeah, I actually I really like it like that. So, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm really liking the way this is taking shape. And then we're gonna do some stuff like in these spots. We're gonna add furniture and maybe like paintings and just sort of make sure there's stuff in here because it is a little bit plain. But I'm almost afraid to add anything before like the ceiling's on, just because I really feel like that's going to change a lot of the way I think about this place. But anyway, we finished this wing. We've got some terraforming and stuff to do along the bottom, but you know, we'll get to that. And yeah, this took weirdly long. This took weirdly long. And okay, so what do I want to do next? I want to set up a little room somewhere random on the map for people to spawn into the world. And it's going to have bigger rule set and stuff like that. That way people don't come here and immediately start, you know, taking trees and stuff. I already talked about it. I don't have to go over it again. So let's go find a spot. Well, well, well. Look at us in this tree. Yeah, I didn't want anything fancy for where people spawn into the world. I just wanted them to be close to trees and mushrooms and all the stuff you need to get going. So, here we are. I did some fanciness with arc signs. There's 3 arc signs down here. If you guys don't know how to do arc signs, you can do all sorts of amazing things. I made a video about it, tutorial a long time ago, but there's all sorts of commands inside of arc signs. You can change the colors and do all sorts of stuff. They're amazing. Anyway, yeah, we've got all of the rules here, and it's a very simple little room. I should change that offset so they're like flush against the wall. Yeah, that'd be cool. That's the Z offset. It's not important right now. This will take people to Spawn Town. I also said no mining trees near Spawn Town. So, yeah, brand new place for people to spawn in. I hope they like it, because they don't have a choice. Destroyed the window. Once again, I wish it had the Minecraft thing where you could middle click and it'd show up in your hotbar. So handy. Anywho, yeah, so I believe... Cool. This should be where people spawn into the world now. And, yeah. Very simple, very easy. There's doors to get out, and it's, nobody's claims are near it, so that works out, and yeah, it's very easy, very simple. Wowzas. I haven't seen this one. Wow. Is that diamond? Is that ice, maybe? Wow. Thing's huge. Oh, it's so gorgeous. I can tell how big it is because I can just imagine how big the canyons next to it are, and it's dwarfing those. Anywho, yeah. So, that would bring people here, and they can get rocking and rolling. So that's another one down. And I guess sort of this. I do want to do a little bit more, you know what, I guess sort of have a bed area as well. I do sort of want to clarify the rules a little bit more, like, well, you know what, we haven't had too many issues. We've had a few issues. I wouldn't mind clarifying them a little bit, but yeah, we'll see. So community teleporters, I think it's gonna have to wait till next time because I've been recording for far too long, and if I'm honest, I really hate creator mode. I am not enjoying building in this game mode. It is, I mean, it's not difficult or anything, I don't like it. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think about this, about spawn, whether or not I should add, subtract rules. Well, I'm not gonna subtract any. They're all very obvious, and pretty much every server has the same rules in terms of those. But let me know what you guys think of that, of our biome teleporter room, and most importantly, what you guys think our server currency should be. We have multiple currencies for, you know, one for blueprints, one for other stuff and trading and whatnot. I don't know. I imagine we'll probably play around with it over the next, you know, few months, and we can do some cool things. But I'm just excited to, you know, be back playing and, you know, have a consistent server here, and yeah. So that's gonna do it for me today. Let me know in those comments what you think. Subscribe for more, all that jazz, and I will see you in the next one. Ciao.